welcome back to Restless Barbarian Gaming. Today we have a very special Saturday one-shot. We are going to play some Call of Cthulhu, one of our favorite systems. So we have 3 players today. We are running a campaign or a module called What's in the Cellar. It is kind of a classic Call of Cthulhu story. So we have 3 players. They are going to tell us who they are playing, and then we are going to jump in. So let's start with Q.
Hello there, I'm Q. I'll be playing Alistair Clark. I'm an author, and well, that's about it.
Yeah. There'll be a little more background for each character.
This takes place in the 20s when you could just be an author. And
yes, it does.
1929. Family money. And
you live off family money?
I live off family money, and I write sensational, occult type urban fantasy for the 20s.
Urban fantasy for the 20s. All right, Jeffrey.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey, and I'll be playing Grady Madison, the psychologist. And I'm here to investigate and to titillate my own investigations and mindset. Old chums.
You said titillate. So.
Diver. I'm Diver. I have no social media, so you won't find me there. I am an elusive creature that has become far more familiar on Bolthra's channel here, Restless Barbarian Gaming. I've enjoyed myself, and here I slip into the shoes, the gum shoes of this private detective named Henry Lackland. And Henry, while he is not really much to look at, he is going to be investigating this case and potentially looking for clues in the cellar. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're headed.
So let's talk about the story itself. Today is Saturday, March 2nd, 1929, 8 months after Arthur Blackwood was arrested for the murder of his wife. As you enter the law offices of Joseph Klein, you look upon the breathtaking view of the New York skyline. Klein bids you welcome and gestures for you to take a seat. Sitting on Klein's desk is a large box with a pair of strange wheels and a row of buttons on its face. Before we do that, there's a couple of things I want to share with the team here. Let's close that, and what we're going to do is we're going to share a screen here, and I should have had it ready to go. Sorry about that, folks. Wrong screen. There we go. All right. Share my screen, and if you're not able to read it, let me know and I will try to make it a little bit bigger. Okay.
There we are.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. Grisly Whitehall murder. Prominent New York attorney Arthur Blackwood was arrested yesterday and charged with the murder of his wife, Rosemary. Mr. Blackwood was discovered wandering the countryside near his family vacation cabin located in Whitehall, New York. It is reported that Mr. Blackwood was disoriented and covered in blood. On arrival, the local sheriff discovered the evidence of the heinous murder of Mrs. Blackwood, despite the disappearance of her body. When questioned about his wife's whereabouts, Mr. Blackwood was unable to respond. All right. So, getting back to the office, again, Klein has brought you to his office and shows you this large box with a pair of strange wheels and a row of buttons on its face. Thank you for coming, Klein says as he shakes your hands. As you're aware, Arthur Blackwood is facing the electric chair. I'm trying to negotiate a lifetime prison sentence, but the outlook is bleak. And Klein places his hand on the strange box on his desk. This is a magnetic voice recorder. I use it to record conversations with defendants so you can hear their exact statement in his own words. These are brand new, and the company that makes them is a client of ours, so we got access to this prototype. Now, terms of our characters, the author turns out to actually be a relative of Arthur Blackwood, actually a cousin of his.
Third cousin.
Our private detective has been hired by Joseph Klein, and has the authority of the court to collect evidence for the defense team. The psychologist
find what the authorities couldn't find.
Right.
Another pair of eyes.
The psychologist has been hired by Arthur Blackwood's law partner and defense attorney Joseph Klein to help build his case by determining Arthur's mental state at the time he allegedly murdered his wife. All right. So, sorry, I should have read that part just a little bit before that.
This is what the secretary says as we're coming.
Now Klein has tapped the machine and then pushes what looks like a button on it. He says, "Arthur has a message for you." As the wheels begin to spin, you hear Arthur's scratchy voice emanate from the box. "Cousin, please, you must help me. I can't explain it. I never believed the stories, for they were too fantastic to be real. But the Blackwood family line is both blessed and cursed. A genie lives in the cellar of the family cabin, but to control it, you must find my ring. I dropped it, I think, in the cellar. Please find my ring and prove to the police that the genie exists. Please, I implore you. Find my ring, for it's the only thing that can prove my evidence." Innocence.
Evidence too. Yeah.
Exactly. And as you hear that, Klein just kind of sits back and looks at everyone for a second. So what do you think, team?
The genie.
Sounds like a load of baloney to me.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it's a case of insanity or a case of just marital bliss gone wrong, I've seen it before. But this genie thing and that tape recorder thing you've got there, I'm intrigued.
Well, don't be too quick to dismiss things that you don't understand. If Arthur says there's a genie in the basement, there's a genie in the basement.
My dear fellow, I am in the art of the sciences, and sciences rely on cold hard fact. You show me a real live genie, and I'll eat my shoe.
Oh, I don't recommend that, but I'm certain we'll be able to show you what you need to see. Shall we to the cabin?
Good man, before we depart, and do you happen to have any photograph or picture of Arthur with this ring that he mentions? So that we might know what we're looking for. He did mention a ring, and it might be the one thing that the police missed that breaks this case wide open.
All right. Do I know what ring he might be talking about? Is it something that we've
well,
mentioned, or
let's
is this a
see.
secret of his?
That sounds like perhaps an intelligence roll for Alistar, however you say his name. Alistair.
13. That's a good roll.
You got a
I don't know
13.
what my intelligence is. 50. Okay, yeah. I succeed.
You haven't seen him, Arthur, in many years, but you do recall a particular ring that he used to wear, and it looked odd. It wasn't a wedding ring. He was wearing it on the other hand, but you do remember a ring. Klein says, "No, I don't have any pictures that show him wearing the ring. Obviously we've done business before, and I think I remember him wearing some kind of ring, but no, I don't recall exactly what it looks like."
Perhaps you weren't paying attention, which is easy to do. It's a ring. Who looks for that? It's a small thing. Normally with genies, in my experience, my very lamp is involved. So this is the very first case where a ring is actually what we're dealing with here. So that just stuck out to me. That
Genies Genies, that's hard.
Oh, I agree with you. But you.
Give me an occult roll, please.
Let's see here.
Meanwhile, Alistair has his notes out.
I don't have a
special
cult on
attention
here
to
in my
things.
skills, so
Lots of
maybe
notes.
I'm forgetting something.
Ooh, sorry.
Hold on a second. Yeah, that's okay.
I don't have a cult.
You should have an occult rating.
The base occult is 10, I think.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just go with that before we do.
Yeah. Let me just check your character sheet and see if it has it.
Yeah, I have all kinds of other skills here and everything like that, but I don't.
Let's see. You are the private detective. You do not have an occult rating. You are correct.
Yeah.
So the base is a 10.
Okay.
So if you can roll under a 10.
Well, I can't. And he's just going with popular literature here with the lamp, like genies and lamps and whatnot. So
I think you've been reading too many funny books.
Oh yes, well, it's amazing what you might find in the funny papers. Sometimes that's the clue that breaks open the case too.
And Henry, if you hadn't been so valuable to our firm before, I'd call you a lunatic.
Listen, I don't tell you how to do your job, and I appreciate it, sir, if you don't tell me how to do mine. Just let me exonerate your client here, all right, in my own peculiar way, and I'll be about my business.
Yes, I can truly attest that this man is the greatest dick I've known.
See, I have a reputation.
And that would not have been an insult back then. Okay. Q, you were starting to say something.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was just trying to fill space while Diver was looking stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alistair is taking copious notes and watching Henry like a hawk.
Okay.
It seems to be taking more notes about what Henry's doing and saying than anything else.
Okay. Once your meeting with Klein is done, he will give you a key to the cabin out in I think it was Whitehall, and gives you directions and says, "I want you to go out there and search that cabin, and see what you can find."
Sounds like a plan.
And then that's about it. You're kind of. So you're kind of dispatched, and just.
We'll be in touch in a couple days. If you don't hear from us, just wait longer.
And as you can see, there's no such thing as a genie. Poor Arthur has been under incredible stress over the last few years. He eventually snapped and butchered his wife. Anything else you guys want to say before you take off?
Nah, I've had an earful. Let's get a wiggle on.
It's only because I still love and respect Arthur that I'm even entertaining his request to have you search this cellar for anything to clear his name. Good luck.
Thank you.
And Godspeed, sir. To you too.
Godspeed to you too, sir.
Keep up hope, Mr. Klein.
Okay. We'll go through a brief travel montage out to the cabin. It is
the three of them are discussing theories. The writer with all his fiction, the psychologist with all his science, and Henry with everything in between.
And yet none of them are listening to the other.
The Blackwood cabin is a small one-story house with 2 bedrooms, a small kitchen, and a large parlor. And when you come in, you find everything in the cabin is neat and clean and orderly, and it quiet. No particular smells or anything. It just seems clean and orderly.
That's really interesting. Usually when the police go through and collect evidence, they just turn the place upside down. So I'm surprised it's in such orderly array here. Yeah.
Well, perhaps someone's cleaned up recently.
I am going to clue for looks.
Clue for looks?
Yeah. and yeah, so we're going to go with
that would be a spot hidden.
Yeah, spot hidden. There's no investigation skill here either.
Okay. I'm going to follow Henry around the room and take notes on how he clues for looks.
Okay.
So 39 is lower than the 55 that I need. So that is a success.
Okay. All righty. right. And then Grady.
I think I'd like to. I'm noticing that there's an amount of cleanliness. I'd like to do a bit of a psychoanalysis and see if this was a compulsion of some kind, or if there's an eccentric amount of cleanliness, anything out of the ordinary.
So you're doing a psychoanalysis roll or a psychology?
That would be correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I never take anybody at face value. After all, everyone has their secrets.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
Exactly.
You're not accusing my cousin of being some sort of Howard Hughes type, are you?
Odd-minded, it says right here on my certificate. All right, 20, so that's a success.
Okay, good. And I'll get back to everybody's results. I just want to check what everybody's doing first, though. Q, what you said you're following around Henry.
I'm following Henry around. Yeah, it will have come out on the ride over that I'm working on a novel about a sleuth in Boston who's investigating a string of murders. So.
Oh, this is a sweet gig.
I'm taking notes on how detectives do detective-y stuff.
Someday they're going to have like a TV show about an author that goes around with detectives. And
I'm going to embed with him.
Okay. First with Grady. Yeah, you do find things are overly clean, perhaps. It seems like maybe somebody did come behind the police and straightened up. Again, maybe maybe somebody in some misguided attempt to make Arthur look more sane. That he doesn't have a disorderly cabin. That he everything's in its right place. But you do notice that everything seems overly cleaned almost for a basically a vacation home. That you wouldn't be spending that much time in. You can even smell the pine sol, that new product that's just out that they use for cleaning those hardwood floors. So I don't know if pine sol's new. Then I'm just threw that in. Henry, while you're scoping around, you happen to notice a small floor rug, and being the nosy type, and Alistair the same kind of thing. You happen to move it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you notice there's a trap door that looks like it leads down to a cellar.
And then the title comes across the screen.
Oh yeah, that is a totally missed opportunity.
Yeah.
What's in the cellar?
Rewind.
Oh, here you go.
Nice.
The door to the cellar that we knew existed.
So he's dropping tobacco ash all over the place because Henry is a compulsive smoker. So he is basically dropping ash all over the place. It's this very clean summer cabin is now being dirtied up properly,
which was
for a
suspiciously clean
1920s noir story. So he is going to brush aside the small floor rug there and say, "What ho! Hark! A cellar!"
Yeah. When you open up the trapdoor, the view is extremely limited. Light from the parlor spills through the hatch, illuminating a ladder, some shelving, and some white shell and gravel floor.
Are there cobwebs?
Of course.
Yes.
You can make out that the shelves hold jars, small boxes, and other knickknacks. Everything is covered in a thick layer of dust. You also notice that the cellar has no lighting, so you will need to bring your own lanterns or flashlights. Large cobwebs hang everywhere.
All right, I pull out my pocket flashlight, smack it a couple times, get the batteries set.
And like they're a synchronized team, Henry is doing the same thing with his big flashlight. With I don't even know if double D batteries were invented yet or whatever, but like it,
big old double Ds.
Yeah. And he's just like, this big old Yeah, and it's got a rather coppery glow to it. It's not even like a regular flashlight. It's just like one of those very early flashlights. So yeah,
Okay.
Same deal. Yeah,
We can illuminate 2 steps down, just enough.
exactly. And the batteries die in an hour. So yeah.
Yeah. These things work great.
Grady?
So much better than matches.
So Grady's in the kitchen when he hears the exclamation discovery of the cellar. So Grady will grab a nearby lantern that's in the cabin kitchen and head on over. Well, chums, another discover. Wow, okay. Well, this author fellow was obsessively clean, but he certainly left his ciggies. Look at this mess up here.
I'll say, right? We are on to something here. See, it's always where you find the dust. That's where you look first. So,
And as in all role-playing games, who's going down the ladder first?
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Why not? This is a bunch of hoo-ha.
Okay. Okay, so you go down first.
I'll cover the rear.
Let's show you the map. Okay.
careful
And
that ladder.
And let me know if... Yeah, let me make it just a little bit bigger here. How's that?
I'm just Jake, my good fellow.
Okay. So, you go down the ladder.
What's your source of illumination again?
I've got a lantern.
Oh, okay. You went old school for this.
Stole from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. So, stepping down, you as you look around, you recognize that, and I think I messed up on one thing. Klein was supposed to have shown you a picture of the cellar, and the picture you saw had in one corner there was a large spot of blood, and when you come down, there's no blood. The floor is clean and white.
Everything else is dusty, but the floor is clean and white.
The ceiling is low down here, only about 7 feet high. You see this cellar has kind of an L shape to it, and the walls are lined with canned and jarred goods, while small piles of junk are stored on the floor against the walls. The ladder itself is actually bolted to the wall, but that is the only other exit. That would be the only exit from here. Would be up through the ladder.
My companions, do you notice something? Or perhaps do you notice something that is not there to be noticed?
Gesundheit. Well, yes, it seems that there's an inconsistency here with how clean the upstairs is and how that one spot is clean down here, but everything else has gone to pieces, to be honest.
Where's the blood? I wanted blood.
Give me a spot hidden, please. So look around, and everybody can make a spot hidden.
That is a success. 21 out of 55.
Ooh.
Fail. 95.
95? Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, Lord.
You
like
walked into a wall. So,
I'm going to spend 3 luck to make that a hard.
you can, yeah.
Yeah, so I got a 30 and I need a 27 for that. So I'm going to drop that down to 27.
Okay. Those of you who are successful, as you are wandering about checking things out, you notice that on one of the shelves that has some jars on there, you notice trace amounts of blood spatter on some of the jars and on the shelves.
So he's got the magnifying glass out. He's looking at this, and pulls out a handkerchief and gets kind of maybe even like tries to remove some of the blood there, or just like get some of it there. So and directs his companions like, over here. They missed a spot. In their over meticulous thorough cleaning, they always do. It's always some clue that they leave behind that they weren't able to cover up or erase or clean away, despite the strong stench of pine salt.
You'll notice again that this is kind of where the blood spatter or the blood was, and there's blood spatter along here.
So is there another roll I should make, or can I deduce the kind of thing that might have happened to cause the? Can I go CSI 1920s here, and basically deduce the kind of arc of the spray of the blood here, or what might have occurred?
Okay. Let's take a look.
If I stand where the blood pool was,
if you
tend to stab me.
He can pretend to stab you, yes. Stop pretending to stab me. I believe that is probably going to be... You don't have a medicine on your sheet.
No medicine. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
1%.
Yeah. You don't really have anything that'd be you. And at that time, that wouldn't have been common knowledge about arcs of blood and things like that. So no.
So he's going to reenact in his best theatrical capability here to reenact perhaps what might have occurred to cause this blood splatter, and do it in a very private eye detective sort of way, for his two companions.
Oh, you turn on detective mode.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Very, very Sherlock Holmes. It's like obviously, like what occurred here is the genie struck this way, and then there was a blood splatter, and we could see the arc right here. This is typically how it happens, especially in animes. So yeah.
And a what?
I heard you admit that it was the genie.
Yeah.
Could our psychiatrist? Could you make a medicine roll, please?
I think I might need to make a psychiatrist check on my dear friend here.
You can make either one if you like.
Yeah. I'll do it on the. What was it? Sorry.
Well, if you want to check out his theory, you could roll medicine.
Okay, medicine. That's right. Well, let me just take a good look at that. 21 success.
Okay.
Seems sound to you, yeah.
That's the real McCoy right there.
It does. It sounds legit.
With my extra success, did we find anything other than blood spatters?
Sure. Yeah. As you look around, you also look at the ladder itself. And you notice that it extends down into the crushed shell and gravel floor instead of resting right on top of it.
Hey, fellas, I think maybe this floor has been backfilled since the murder. You see how the ladder extends down past the surface? Let's dig around where the blood stain is supposed to be. See what we can find.
Give me a. Are you going to look around the ladder, or are you going to go back towards the blood stain?
That's my first thought. So go back to where the blood stain should be and dig down. Okay. I'll look around for an implement down here to do that with.
Okay. Give me Give me a just a spot hidden to look around.
Got another what you call it? Hard success. Half.
Okay.
What I needed.
You find a kind of like a small shovel.
All right.
What we need. I was gonna look for one of those. Yeah.
Good. All right. Let's start digging. Or I'll start digging.
Okay. Give me a, because it's gonna take you a minute or two to dig. So that's probably a dex roll, please.
Okay.
And anybody else who wants to help, you would have to use your hands.
Nice. Let's see. That was what's 45 divided by 5? 7. Okay, so not an extreme success, but another hard success.
Okay. All right. So it's going to take you a few minutes to start digging through there. The other two, give me another spot hidden roll, because now that you've kind of looked at the one side, now you're kind of wandering around looking at the rest of the place.
The first rule of detecting is to disturb the crime scene. So
of course.
he is going through all sorts of the bottles and everything. He's got a 93. So he is totally just knocking shit aside, and you hear glasses breaking on the floors. Not in the hole. He's very focused on finding the button for a secret door here or something like that. And
they would have been better off having a cat just go.
And he is very determined on his quest here to find any more clues. So there are just bottles shattering on the shell floor here, and he's just making a complete mess. Yeah,
you're completely oblivious. Grady.
Well, for a spot check, I rolled a 24.
Okay,
which is a success.
Somehow he's able to find things, even though Henry is making a complete dump of this place.
On the shelves, you find an old wooden box.
I have to say, this looks rather important.
Yes.
Inside is a creepy doll.
Okay. And we are going to, let's see, wooden box. You
just
opening up the...
Barely take it off the shelf before Henry swipes where it was sitting just a second ago.
Okay.
Oh, what did you say you found? He's like immediately there, and he's knocking everything else off.
Easy on now. Hold up, get your own. Buzz off.
Buzz off. Okay.
I usually work alone. I don't deal with competition too well.
All right, big cheese.
All right. In the box, you find a small painting depicting a stern-looking man in Puritan clothing, an ostentatious black jeweled ring on one of his fingers immediately catches the eye. On the back of the painting is written the words, "Wizard Milton Blackwood."
Knowlton.
A family heirloom. It is the ring.
And the man's eyes in the pictures seem to bore into you.
He's a
the more you
man.
look at it, the more you're like, this is a really scary looking person.
Hey, is this my great-great-grandfather or something like that?
Okay, you've come over to look at the picture as well?
Only if they I'm not saying that out loud. I'm just wondering. If they do come over to show me, I will eventually wonder.
Grady, do you show it to the others?
Hey, take a look at this funny old bird.
Okay.
A wizard.
And
I knew it. There's always a wizard at the heart of these things.
Wizards and genies. What will you come up with next?
Sometimes it's a sorcerer. Maybe even a warlock.
The portrait's eyes seem unnervingly to watch you, as if the man in the painting were looking deep into your soul. And this is where we need our first sanity rolls, please.
Oh dear, you're sharing this around. Thanks.
Only the people who looked at the picture.
Yep.
If Henry didn't look at the picture, did he? Okay.
So Henry is he's seen everything under the sun. So he's not phased. He's got a 7.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a 45 and I needed a 45.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled an 85 and I need a 60.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, roll me.
I've got a lot of luck. Could I?
No, you cannot use luck for sanity rolls.
Roll. That's right.
No, not a sanity roll.
Gosh,
So, roll me a D4, please, if you have one.
I do. I came well prepared.
Yay!
And I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you have lost 4 sanity.
Our first sanity damage.
And you are convinced that the man is watching you, even as you put aside the picture.
Fellas, this guy's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Henry's gonna grab his shoulders. He's like, "Steady, man! Get a hold of yourself."
Okay.
It's just my great-great-grandfather.
The next thing you find is an old journal. It looks probably almost 200 years old. And
does it look like it's going to fall apart if we touch it? Or?
Just about, yeah. But you're able to pick it up out of the box.
Okay.
Do you read it at all?
Why, of course. This is obviously lurid details, and he's going
Okay.
to call Alistair
No,
over.
I'm a-
Look,
Okay.
dear purveyor of the written word. Like this is a fantastic account of perhaps this wizard's occult rituals and sordid deals with extraplanar entities, of which I know very little.
Alrighty. Okay. So, Henry and Grady are reading it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. It says, "Lo, the bond is set. The accords sealed in blood. Wealth and good fortune shall forever flow through the Blackwood bloodline. The price is Christian blood that has been defiled through Sabbath rites."
Well, you hear that, Henry? You're gonna be rich. And look at you now, digging in the dirt.
Wow, you just never know where you're going to find your next payday. I'm always on the lookout for it. So, he's obviously this is an incredible clue, and we're going to make the most of it, right, Alistair?
But
Right.
wait, there's more.
But wait,
There is one more thing in the box. There is a scrap of paper. Do you choose to pick it up and read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will. Hey, look
Alright.
at this here.
Good.
Alistair, you listening to this?
What?
Come.
No.
Like a well-oiled machine you are.
Ah, it is not sharing the screen for some
I'll read
reason.
it later.
It won't let me open it.
It won't let me
Something's
open
holding
it.
it
What's
to
going
go.
on here? Let's try that again. We didn't have these technology issues in the 1920s. Okay.
I don't know from nothing.
For whatever reason, it is not opening it. So I'll just read it to you. It is.
I'm receiving something.
Unto the very ground, I have bound the demon to the Blackwood bloodline. As long as a true Blackwood kin wears the ring, the creatures will remain trapped, and its gift of good fortune will remain untainted. Let this ring never leave your finger. Let it pass from heir to heir on the deathbed. Never let the creature out, for its hate is unbounded, and it despises to see the extinction of the Blackwood name.
Did you get all that, Alistair?
Yeah. You thought Henry's going to turn to Grady. You see, you keep saying there's no such things as demons and genies and everything else, and we are hip deep in demons and genies here. We are beyond the pale, sir.
Oh, yes. Just because somebody wrote down words on a piece of paper, that makes it truth. Look, I'll tell you one thing.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Everything I write is
the kind of
true.
thing- You cannot close your mind off to the possibilities here.
Look, I'm open-minded. I told you that once before, but I'll
Perhaps
say
you're
this
fragile-minded. I've seen the way you were shaken by that painting. You know, the photograph of the wizard looking at you. Did you see him looking at you?
Oh, don't be so high-hat around me.
Steady yourself. He pulls out a flask of whiskey. There you go.
Ah, some giggle juice. Thank you very much.
That's right. Liquid courage, sir.
All right. Well, as I was saying, I'm a psychologist, so I believe that if somebody believes in something, whether or not it's real, then it is real for that individual. So clearly, whoever wrote this down does believe in the power of the other side, the supernatural, the demons, ghosts,
Well, at this
goblins.
point, we are in agreement, yes. And the power of belief, we've seen that, you know, in all sorts of places in society. All you have to do is get people to believe in something hard enough, like their dreams, and they just might come true.
That sounds like cultist behavior.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I think you have quite the potential to be a leader.
Alistair. Okay, you've been starting to dig. After you get through what seems like almost like a layer of this gravel, you start to hit something crushed up, but it's much heavier.
Okay. Any signs of blood yet?
You can roll either first aid, medicine, or biology.
Okay, we'll go with first aid. Nope.
Okay. Anyone else want to look at it? Now you guys have been kind of looking over.
We are, but we've been trying to get his attention. But Alistair is single-mindedly focused on this task of digging, and so I think at some point here, Henry is going to have to bring these materials over to him, like really force his attention on something. And of course, he's got some first aid. He's helped give CPR to people. Long before it was even invented. So.
Actually, Alistair, then just give me a straight-up intelligence roll, please.
All right. Ooh, that's better. It's a 12 under 50, so that is hard success.
Nice. Okay. These aren't just rocks. These are bones. Ground-up bones.
The gravel on top, or what I've hit in this new layer?
So there was like gravel in the seashells, and as you dug past that, you got to this next level, and it was like ground up bones. And you're pretty sure with a hard success, they might be human bones.
Oh Lord. Sanity check?
Yes, please.
Not that I'm requesting one.
You read my mind.
Okay, failed. Yeah.
Okay. Roll a D4, please.
D4. That's not bad. I got a 1. All right, no problem.
So unnerving, but you're holding it together. Okay.
So I'll call these guys over.
Yeah,
hey,
Alistair kind of made a little bit of a noise when he.
I'm afraid that I've not found blood under the gravel. I've found human bones.
Dear God! Steady yourself, man.
Just
Could I have a swing at that bird?
this whole thing is just grabbing people and making them get a hold of you now.
Anybody who has medicine or biology can make a roll.
I don't have either of those things, but I feel like he's been around bones a lot. So,
then give me an intelligence roll. I need a hard success.
Okay.
And then Grady, you can roll medicine.
Alrighty.
That is not a hard success, but he did get a success. So yeah.
Whew. Just barely squeaked in a 58 out of 60.
I got a 53 out of 80, but I don't think that's a hard success. I don't know.
No, you need.
Nah. Okay. Definitely, Grady, you would determine and concur that these do appear to be bits of human skeleton. And you will need a sanity roll, please.
Oh, golly. Four.
Just roll a d4, please.
Yep. 4.
Okay. You have now lost 8 sanity.
Okay.
If you lose more than 5 sanity, basically in a scene, you become temporarily insane. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't have the book open real quick. So you begin to think that you hear whispering in the cellar. So as your mind breaks, as you hear Grady.
Steady on, chums. Which one of you is doing that? Fess up now. That's
I don't
not funny.
know what you're talking about. Are you hearing things?
Get a hold of yourself, Henry.
Huh. He's gonna pull out the flask and drink it himself.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm not hearing anything. I'm going deaf.
Clearly, this is rattlebait is my core. There's somebody trying to get my attention. There's somebody upstairs, perhaps.
On one of the shelves behind Henry, one of the jars begins to rattle. Glass jars begins to rattle slowly. It just begins to rattle faster. And you all hear it.
I was about to say, he hears it. So he's gonna turn around and with his gun out
The glass jar is whispering to me.
and shoot the jar. He's gonna shoot the jar. Yeah.
You'll shoot the jar? Okay. That is going to be, is that firearms? Yes, a firearms roll, please.
Okay. All right.
Now all I'm hearing is whistling.
Yeah.
And that is a failure. That's a 67 out of 60. So
Okay.
yeah, he is completely missed the jar. Obviously dropped his flashlight. So
You have blasted away at one of the shelves.
More shelves destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you blast it away and miss the jar, it stops rattling.
I think I got it.
But when you hit the shelf, a bunch of books tumbled off.
Take that, Genie.
That's right. Yeah.
Good hunting.
Anyone gonna look at the books?
Pick up the books and dust them off and give him a glare.
Give me a library roll, please.
Library. Well, I actually have library use. I think we all
Careful, Alistair. These
Nerds.
things are known to go off sometimes, just accidentally. So.
Ooh. I got a 9 out of 40.
geez.
Oh, that's exactly what I need for an extreme success.
Okay. Find among the books, one thing that's kind of useful is a old scrapbook. It's an old hand-bound scrapbook. And as you start to thumb through it, you discover a collection of newspaper articles with the following headlines. From 1799, fire devastates valley. From 1837, influenza count rises. From 1858, Medowee flood waters. 1881, Washington County drought. And then 1901, local man struck by lightning.
Very clearly, black magic is behind all of this. So.
I suddenly believe you. 100%.
Well, I mean,
It's all making sense now.
God,
Let's
it
not
changes
jump
the
to
entire
conclusions.
industry, my entire field, my dedication to my life. It's all in question now. And he knocks over the glass jar in a...
These are all just acts of nature, gentlemen. Don't ascribe too much to the occult.
Alistair, give me an
How can you be
intelligence,
so sure?
Intelligence roll.
intelligence roll, please.
16 under 50.
Okay.
So hard success.
Okay. The local man struck by lightning article.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down to this, it talks about a young Arthur Blackwood and describes how he survived a direct lightning strike while digging up an old tree stump.
That'll do it.
Martha Blackwood?
Your cousin.
1901?
Did you not know your cousin was struck by lightning?
Yeah. No.
Seems like an important
I
detail
don't
to
believe I
me.
ever knew that.
You weren't close, were
I think he
you?
would have mentioned to me. I
A
don't suppose
strange, perhaps.
it's
Yeah.
strange. I don't think there'd be another Arthur Blackwood in the area. How odd.
Oh, considering this is his house, you would think this was the same Arthur Blackwood.
Yeah. I mean, if I was struck by lightning, I'd certainly keep the newspaper article that reported it.
It would have been all over Facebook.
Does it say where he was struck by lightning? Like, is it anywhere near this location? Or
Oh, I thought you meant where on his body. I'm like,
Yeah, I was going to say, where on his body?
well, now that you mention it,
He was upside down at the time.
His right index finger.
Yeah.
on the ring.
That just says, digging up a tree stump on his property.
Yeah.
And Alistair, you've never seen this aforementioned ring?
Well, I've seen a ring. I can only assume it's the same ring. It's been a while since we've actually been in each other's presence.
Did you not care about him at all? Like, why don't you come clean, sir, and tell us that you just wanted nothing to do with your family members? Are you the black sheep of the family? Are you disgraced even?
Huge, you see, and I'm working on a novel. I tend to secrete myself away and don't see anyone for days, sometimes months.
Likely
And-
story.
I'm just sort of slipped away, and I haven't seen Arthur in a while.
Mm-hmm. Suspicious.
I always
Wait, everybody
used to
pipe
be back in
down.
Hudson, but what? Are you hearing things again?
No, I thought I did, but I am not. Sorry, continue.
All I'm hearing is a ringing in my ear.
Huh? Say what?
Alistair, you have not reached bottom yet from what you dug. So if you wanted to, you could continue to dig.
I'm curious as to what's below these further levels, but I must admit that my weak little author arms are getting a little tired. Would one of you gentlemen like to take over while I peruse the contents of the box you found?
A chance to destroy the crime scene even further? How could I resist?
Okay. give me just a dex roll.
Okay.
It's not very heavy, but it's more strenuous.
And that's a success.
Okay. You continue to keep digging, and then as you're getting through the bone.
All the bones. The bones are piling up here.
Then you hear a heavy clunk as you hit something.
What ho! Hark! Look, another trap door, or plank, or something. Deeper still.
I believe you just hit bedrock, sir.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't. You don't think you've hit bottom yet?
No. We have other levels of this dungeon to go. Yeah.
Someone will need to move. Someone will need to move their lantern or their flashlight over to see what you've.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
you've
we'll
uncovered.
definitely be like shining all the lights down in there.
Yep.
Okay. This is a partial human skull with pieces of desiccated flesh still clinging to it.
Ooh,
Swanky.
Another sanity roll, chums.
it's still
This
juicy.
is. You know what? This is a grave. That's what this was.
Is that? Yeah, I have to roll both dice. 37. Oh, I succeeded.
That is a success.
Okay.
Success.
Okay. All right. So a little unnerved.
Henry is unfazed, though. I mean, he's just seen bloody murder scenes. He's just like, whatever. This is why he drinks and smokes so much.
I need a medicine or biology roll, science biology roll, if anyone would like to investigate the skull further.
I'm good at medicine.
Okay.
I feel like, this is another opportunity for our already damaged psychologist to damage himself even further.
Absolutely. I'm no pica.
Yeah, you got 99, didn't you?
82. So I could push something to
You can
reroll,
push,
or-
yes. Yeah, and what that means is you can re-roll it, but if you fail, something bad will happen.
Okay. I'm gonna
Sounds like
push. It's a one-off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's not just 100 that's a fumble. It's 96 or above.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that's only slightly better. That's still a fail at an 80.
Oof.
Okay.
I knew it. We're
yeah.
gonna lose this guy.
Yeah.
You feel the urge to pick up the skull.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what it tastes like.
That's never.
Give me a
Maybe-
sanity roll.
Maybe this is what's whispering to me.
Give me a
Well,
sanity
that's
roll,
whiskey.
and if you fail, you're going to like lick the skull or,
Oh,
or
God.
taste some of it.
Like holds it up to his ear. Are you the one whispering to me?
I'll ask for yours.
It's an 81. I failed.
Oh my God!
You guys see him pick up the skull, and he starts like talking to it, and you see him put his tongue out to like lick it.
Slap its skull from its hand.
Okay.
Not the skull! Oh dear, Grady, what kind of
Okay.
reversions are you into?
And I need another D4 roll
Yep.
for sanity loss.
Come on, big money. It's a 4 again.
Oh,
Oh.
God. All right. You've now lost 12 sanity. How much sanity do you have?
I have 60.
Okay. All right.
You had 60.
Now I have 48.
Okay. All right.
Bad
So this,
60.
so the esteemed psychologist has now tried to lick and taste the skull. Does anyone else want to try to
Lick the skull?
examine it? I would let you make intelligence rolls, but I need like a hard success.
I'll try for intelligence.
Why not?
Alistair.
Not just a success. It would cost too much to make it hard.
Okay.
I got no body to hold me.
I got nobody. No,
Skull rolls.
I got a 25 out of 80, so I don't know where that qualifies
I
for
think
hard
that is
success.
hard.
That would be a hard success, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
need 40 or less for hard, and a fifth of 80 is.
Okay. Grady, I'll let you make another medicine roll if you'd like.
Sure.
But you're not holding the skull. They've taken it away from you.
But we knocked it
They
out.
have,
It's on the ground.
and
It's lying
Henry
there.
is ready to
dead
pistol
eyes
whip
staring.
you.
And Grady, I will let you make this at advantage. So that means you can roll twice and you take the better result.
All right.
The skull is guiding him.
So first one's 63, or sorry, 36.
Mhm.
36 and 63. Wow, 36 and 63. I'll take
Okay.
the 36.
All right.
Now it's
Um,
gotten into your dice.
Yeah.
You're looking at it, and you can tell you're looking at the size of it. It's smaller. It's definitely an adult, and I would estimate that's a female cranium.
Ah, that belonged to a dame once upon a time.
If you
And you
if
licked it.
if you could just get a closer look at it, you could probably tell a little more.
Here, pass that back over here.
No. Oh, no. You've had enough. All right? I don't think that's a good idea. You and your strange scientific ways. Like, I don't trust you.
Now, look
You
here.
really want that skull?
Don't be a wet blanket now. Pass that over.
Alistair, I just don't think that'll be a good idea. I think he's had enough of that skull.
Come here, you big palooka, and I'll rush him for the skull and try
Okay.
to wrest that out of his
Okay,
grip.
that would be. Well, Alistair, are you going to do anything to intervene, or?
I'm going to try to flick the skull away with the shovel.
Okay.
And
All
down the other
That
end
would
of the
be.
cellar.
I think that's going to be
Polo.
fighting. Let's see.
Fighting? No fighting.
You're just going to have to add an extra
Oh,
fighting
brawl.
roll in
Yeah,
there.
I do.
Yeah.
Henry is
I do.
going to
brawl.
grab Grady here and
okay.
try to
So
steal his nerve.
So I'm going to say that Alistair is going to try to knock it. You're going to try to knock the skull out of his hands. Is that what Alistair's done?
We had originally tried to knock it out of his hands whenever he tried to kiss it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I was
So-
thinking he was on the ground. And I was just going to.
No. Henry has the skull now, and Grady is rushing to grab the skull.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then I'll batter up and try to just knock the skull away. And I did get a critical.
Okay. All right.
My one critical.
Grady,
for the night.
give me a brawl to try to grab. You're at this point. You're almost trying to grab Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the bad man who's keeping the skull away from you.
Come here now, you hard-boiled nobody. It's a 71. It's a fail.
Okay. All right. The skull gets knocked away and goes tumbling end over end. But it's away. Now, Henry, what would you like to do?
I would like to. I mean, now that the skull is out of his reach, I would like to grab Grady and try to steal his nerve. You're getting too close to the evidence. You're too deep in this. Yeah, slap him.
Contested brawl roll then.
Okay.
Plus, I roll one too.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Oh.
39.
Okay.
Dear God, man.
Yeah.
Hey, steady on now. Buzz off, see?
Right where you landed. A shelf above, right where like the two of you are starting to wrestle, crashes down and just about hits both of you. But you were.
Yeah.
But
It's thrown
yeah,
him out of the way.
But it looked like a rather stable shelf before, and it just crashes. But luckily, it misses both of you.
Yeah.
Stop breaking stuff, you two.
Grady, look at me. Look at me. All right. He's gonna pull out the flask again. He's like, here, open wide.
Grady, the skull is within reach.
Easy now, I'm on the level, I swear. I know what I'm talking about, and the voices know what they're talking about. So
there are no voices except ours. Okay, there are no voices, none. Just you and me and old Alistair over there, who doesn't know his cousin from a hole in the ground. So
I'm beginning to think you're right. I didn't know Arthur at all.
The hole where you were digging, you can still continue to dig further if you want. You did not reach bottom yet.
Oh, we have to.
We have to. Unfortunately,
so once he realizes that Grady is okay, yeah, he's going to be like, either Alistair wants to dig or I want to dig. We can take turns back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take turns. And I'm afraid Mr. Klein's going to be really disappointed that we're not really helping his case.
Okay. Grady, they seem to have turned their attention back to digging. The skull is still on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's licking its lips.
Grady
so alluring.
Grady kind of looks back and forth, and he like checks on the other two to make sure that they're preoccupied, and looks back towards the skull. Starts kind of shifting over one step at a time.
Give me do you have stealth?
Absolutely. Oh, I do.
Base is
great, but I do.
Make a stealth roll, please.
Make a stealth roll. Yeah. Here's another 89, folks.
Fail. 59.
Would you like to push it?
Yes. Yes, I would.
All right.
Your target.
It's so easy to just twist his arm. And just...
Yeah. I've made a commitment at this point. This has so far been my favorite episode of The Three Stooges.
That was an alternate title. So.
Yeah. Oh no. 95.
Oh God. You
Cool in a china shop here. Yeah.
You completely trip over the stuff that had fallen off the shelf, and both of them notice you. They both turn around and see you sprawled out on the floor.
Oh,
I'm
Grady.
going to pick him up.
Yeah.
Oh, Grady, be careful, man.
Hey.
Down here.
Watch the clothes. These are my best rags.
Why don't you go sit over here in the far corner?
I think that's a great idea, Alistair. Why don't you take him over to the far corner and watch him? I'll dig our hole deeper here.
Okay. As you continue digging, you finally reach the bottom.
What ho! Another trap door.
So as you've removed the layers of shell and bone, you hit a hard-packed limestone floor. And it looks like on the floor you see some red and black lines. Just because you've only really dug kind of a small hole, but at the very bottom you see these like red and black like scratches, lines like on the floor.
Is there anything I can roll to make heads or tails of this?
You can roll. You'd actually need to dig out a little bit more.
Okay.
Dig that out a bit more.
There's some markings down here. Some very, very not at all ominous red and black here. So, yeah.
I'm afraid it may be a summoning circle or something.
Well, I would have to dig further and uncover it more in order to be sure. So
once you assuming you do continue to dig, right?
Of course he does. Yeah, he's unbothered by a few markings on the floor of some occult practice. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an occult or a Cthulhu mythos roll.
He's got neither of those, so he's just going to forge right ahead.
Alistair, you can do the same thing.
Brady,
you've probably crept over.
Yeah.
So you can make a occult or a mythos roll.
Right. Successful occult.
A chance to come face to face with the occult once more. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to come face to face with that skull. I mean, she is it. He's hospitality.
Okay. Okay. So no, Alistair succeeded.
Yep.
Oh no, you did not. Okay.
I did. Yeah.
You did. Okay. All right.
That's an 84 for Maid for having no points or pips whatsoever.
Again, genies are hogwash. So.
Yeah.
So, okay, Grady.
What am I rolling? Stealth?
Occult or Cthulhu mythos.
Oh, okay.
You sure it's not stealth?
I don't want it to be stealth. Okay, so question about luck. So I rolled a 19 and I have a 10, and I can spend luck points to...
You can spend up to 10 luck points, yes.
Perfect. So if I spent 9 luck points, I can make it a 10 even, and that would be a success.
Yep.
Perfect.
Tentacle.
Okay.
I'm going to do that because I have 65 luck. It doesn't seem like I do, but
Okay. Yeah, and now that he's cleared everything away, you now have a clear sightline of what it is. It looks like some kind of a cult symbol. And you even wonder if it's maybe some kind of sigil. I'm suggesting maybe it's a ward. But again, this is all hogwash.
now
But now that your mind is starting to break, you're like, I'm seeing things and hearing things that I never quite understood. Perhaps there is something to this. Perhaps there is something in this basement.
all right, so just so I'm clear, everybody is seeing what I'm seeing, correct? This isn't just
Well, there's some occult symbology on the floor. We probably should uncover it completely.
all right.
I'm
great.
with you. I'm with you, fellas. I have no idea what that is, but what you're saying sounds intriguing and interesting and right on some level. Yeah,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I have an open mind about these sorts of things, unlike our psychological.
I'm broad-minded, but I am questioning. But it feels like a tiny crowbar has been inserted to my brain. It's really prying it open as we go. Delilah,
It probably feels that way
about
because
it.
you do have a crowbar sticking out of your brain.
Oh my gosh!
Each of you, as you look at this symbol, it almost seems like the lines are writhing, like they're moving, and you have a hard time tearing your eyes away from it because it's like either carved into the rock or it's painted on it, but it looks like it's moving. Everybody, give me a sanity roll, please.
Oh boy,
Oh no!
fellas, we haven't even made it out of the first room of the dungeon. We're still on the first board.
And again, I am beasting these sanity rolls. I got a 12.
Okay. All right.
We've lost Alistair.
We've lost Alistair.
Oh, good Lord, I got a 99.
You got a 99.
The occult energies of this game
Oh,
have
boy.
reached through
Okay.
the screen.
Considering
I
considering
saved
how
them.
bad you rolled, I'm gonna have you roll a D10 of sanity.
Fair, yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, two.
Amazing.
You lost 2 sanity,
Yeah.
and you've lost how much? I think 3 so far.
Wait, hang on. I started at 45. Yes, I've lost 3 so far.
Okay. All right. And Grady,
22. I made it.
You made it. Okay. All right. Okay. I want everyone then, as you've kind of done all of this, and you're kind of looking at everything that's been displaced and through all the digging. I want everyone to make a luck roll, please.
Nope. 98.
Yeah, that's an 88. I didn't. No luck here. Yeah.
89 fail.
Okay. Yeah, this symbol seems to just be intriguing to you.
Fascinating.
And Grady, you hear that whispering again.
Are you playing with Delilah?
Oh, did you pick up the skull?
Yes.
You did pick up the skull. Okay.
Somehow, through all of that, he managed to get the
Okay.
skull
No,
too.
that's fine.
He doesn't even know he has it.
Distracted
He's
by the
stroking
symbol.
it.
Just
Let me,
mindlessly patting the top of Delilah's head.
Yeah.
Let me get back to it. The skull you notice has God, you'd swear those are teeth marks scratched into it.
Like human teeth? Like canines? Like.
Give me another medicine roll, please.
Oh. Well, this just happens to be something I'm quite good at. Hey, 39.
Okay. You looking at it, you can from the flesh that's clinging to it. It's probably only a couple months old.
And how long ago? Arthur recently murdered his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 8 months ago, right? Like
It was.
further back.
Let's see.
Well, that would match up on the timeline.
Yeah, but this looks like this skull was mauled by an animal. Something. It's not human.
No,
Ripped her apart.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a big old mastiff or something wandering around down here. Be on your guard, fellas. It might be what's whispering.
And you would be pretty sure that this is probably Rose Blackwood's skull.
I was so sure it was Delilah. A rose by any other name which smells. And it does smell, I'll tell you what. Ooh.
All right.
How about you give that skull over to me, and I'll hold on to it for you and take care of old Rose. Yeah, I fear for your sanity,
Henry.
Yeah, just
I'm the best equipped to look after it.
you've been emptying my flask here, and it doesn't seem to be doing you any good. So maybe it's time you just hand that over.
How can this be Rose's skull? Did they not find the body?
They did not find the body. So they were having a hard time charging you with murder because there was no body.
Oh Lord!
Well, we got a body here.
It's clear. It's clear these are her bones and her skull that Grady will not let go of.
Oh, do you think? Oh, these could be her
I'd rather
bones.
stay with him.
You now start to get a scent. Something stinks down here.
I am so sorry. It was burrito night
by
last
that
night.
again.
And over by the ladder, you start to get the stench of rotten eggs.
Control your flatulence, man.
I'm sorry, I'm scared.
Now, there's no real light that there's very little light that shines down here, but by the stairs there is an area of shadow. You start to smell this stench coming from.
Okay. I hate to say this, gentlemen, but strange sulfurous smells coming from shadowy corners is not usually a good thing.
You're right. One of us should definitely go over and take a look.
You should go with the lantern.
All right, I will.
Okay.
Let's go, Rose.
Jeez, this guy goes so
You'll always be Delilah.
Okay.
Henry has got look just as a he's got a sixth sense that tells him that like when things are going to just go from bad to worse, and he's going to start gathering up all the evidence that he can. This is he's just going to like shovel it into a pack with him.
Okay. You're starting to move the gravel around and everything, or
he's taking all the journal entries and all that stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just like, okay, you know what? If everything goes sideways, like he's at least going to have something to show for his paycheck. So
while you're doing that, give me a luck roll again.
Okay.
It's gonna be a heck of a job picking it all up amongst all.
That is exactly what he needs. 45 out of 45. So yeah.
Okay. So as you're moving the books around, you uncover a ring.
And he's not mentioning it to anybody. Like he's going to grab it, stuff it in his satchel. He's not going to put it on. He's going to stuff it in his satchel and everything like that, and just like, whoop, there we go.
Okay.
Because he can see that his two companions, like he can see them slowly becoming unhinged here. So yeah.
Okay.
That ring.
Grady, as you start to approach the darkness, you can attack the darkness if you want with a magic missile. From the darkness, something rope-like and vile shoots out of the darkness, and it grabs around your leg and starts to pull, and you feel like at the end of this rope feels like teeth like bite into your leg.
Ow! Wow! Steady on! Ah! Help!
All right, I'll rush over and grab the lantern.
Okay.
Quick, save Rose!
Pummeling Rose.
Okay.
Toss Rose into the corner. Grab Alistair around the shoulders.
You're gonna
I'm
lose
Grady.
one health.
I'm
You're gonna
Alistair.
lose one health point.
Me? Okay.
And the this rope-like thing. Closer look from will tell you that it almost looks like a tentacle of some sort.
All right.
Oh no. I saw this in one of the animes that Henry mentioned before.
Consulting
It meant well.
Occult knowledge. What the heck could this possibly be?
Give me an occult roll, please.
Nope. Fumble.
Nope.
29.
Nope. And it pulls on your leg and is starting to pull you towards the darkness.
I'm pulling him back.
Okay, all right. So give me a strength roll, please.
Oh, good lord.
While those two are
Mhm.
while Alistair is wrestling with Grady, because that's what Henry thinks is happening here, is Grady just has completely lost his mind, and Alistair is trying to, salvage what little of his sanity is left. And he sees that Alistair has tossed Rose over to the corner, and Henry's going to go over and grab the skull and put it in his satchel too.
Okay, all right, yeah.
He's getting ready to collect everything.
They're
Yeah.
distracted.
So-
Would you roll in your strength?
92, I failed.
Okay. Yep. So it starts to pull him further towards
and
it.
Alistair with him.
Awesome grip.
Okay. And you're going to take 4 more points of damage. This
Me?
thing is like pulling. It's starting to feel like it's starting to pull your leg out of your socket.
Henry, help me. I'm not strong enough.
It's got a thing for gams. Owie!
Okay.
What is going on over there? What are you two doing? Yeah.
There's something in the darkness. It's pulling Grady in.
Ah, it's about to pull me apart, Lisa. I gotta call the tentacle Lisa.
Okay.
Tear me
What?
apart, Lisa.
Grady. What would you like to do?
Scream real loud.
Besides howling about Lisa?
Yeah. Not Lisa.
Grady, what are you
Grady.
gonna do?
What am I doing? Sorry.
What would you like to do? Yeah.
Geez, so I guess I'll like try to kick at it, or
Okay.
I probably dropped everything else and have just grabbed onto Alistair.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be that's a brawl roll.
Okay. Oof, that's a fail.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Why not?
Yep. It's almost the exact same number, 45.
Okay.
Fail.
It doubles down on its efforts to start pulling you forward,
Too much.
and you feel like your leg is starting to pull out of your hip bone.
Are we hearing some noises that are
Yes.
unpleasant to listen to? Yeah. Ligaments being torn and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Henry, something else whips out of the darkness, another tentacle, and it is going to try to grab you. And it misses you.
He's too quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only one who hasn't lost any sanity here. He's just like, oh!
Okay. Alistair.
All right. I'm still got one arm around Grady and the lantern in one hand, trying to pull him out. I'm going to throw the lantern into the darkness
Okay. All right.
so that I can get both hands on Grady. And
Okay. Throwing it in there illuminates the corner, and you just see this writhing shadow. There's no face, but now there's all these slithering tentacles are starting to come out of it.
So we're going to need a sanity check, right? Is that?
You definitely need a sanity check.
I know.
yes.
I see that one.
Is this okay?
Big money.
Fail. Is it a D4 or D10? What were we doing here?
If you failed, you're gonna be a D4.
Okay.
You know, I would have succeeded at the beginning of this scene, but now it's a fail.
Okay. All right. So anybody who failed, roll your d4.
I'm going to roll a d4 because it's just starting to become. Yeah, that's 4. That's 4 sanity down.
Sanity.
Total of 6 for me.
Okay. You've now. Okay. So you are. You're going to get a temporarily insane. But in your insanity, Alistair, this, whatever this is down here, is this maybe what those letters were talking about? The Blackwood demon, the thing that has stayed with your family?
Could very well be.
And you are intrigued by it as your friend is being pulled closer and closer towards it.
What are you? What do you want here?
I wanted to let me go.
Lisa, let me go.
Release me, Lisa.
Okay. Henry. Okay, so it missed you. What are you gonna do?
Well, he's going to do, having seen things that should not be. He's going to do the only sensible thing at this point and try to shoot it. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's going to pull that pistol out and he's like, "Smile, you son of a bitch." And that is a success.
Okay. You shoot into it. You hear this like hiss. Whether or not you did
go even further deaf. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and it's a small basement, so so you guys are
And it's a hiss. It's a satisfying hiss. You know the center mass, double shot. You know. You've shot at it, but you're not sure if you did any damage to it. Okay.
Alistair.
I'll try one last time to pull Grady away.
Okay. All right. Give me a strength check.
Nope.
What'd you roll?
69.
Okay.
Nice.
You actually kind of be able to start to pull him back. Just a little bit. You start to, because like when someone shot at it, you seem to be able to kind of get a little more purchase on Grady, and your feet are kind of dragging through the floor.
See that, Grady? We're making progress.
Yep.
Now you're on the trolley.
Grady.
Yeah, there's nothing left for him to do but to keep struggling. So another kick.
Yeah. Okay.
He's full on panic mode.
Okay.
It's fighting for my
terrible
life.
screaming. Yeah.
21.
21. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. You hit it, and you feel like it's not quite the teeth or whatever that had bitten into your leg release. So maybe there's a chance you could get away from this thing.
All right, don't stop now. Keep it going.
Okay. And then another tentacle comes out of the darkness.
Christ.
And give me a dex roll, Alistair.
Alistair, dex roll.
Yeah.
Well,
Give you a chance to.
Yeah, if the tentacle is trying to go for me, I'm going to attempt to dodge it by giving it Grady.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, 78, I failed.
Okay. It lashes around your arm, and you feel like these teeth like bite into your arm, and you were going to take 1 point of damage for that.
All right, and I let go of Grady.
Okay.
Oh, my arm!
Okay. We're gonna bounce back to Henry.
So
How many hit points do I have? 13.
we're in a bad way right now.
Yeah.
Grady's losing his leg, Alistair is losing his arm, and Henry is starting to feel for the very first time his mind becoming unhinged and just baffled and terrified by this horror from beyond the natural world. And so in a last ditch effort here, he's gonna be like, he knows that there's this whole prophecy or whatever, this whole curse that a member of the bloodlines has to wear the ring and everything. And so he's going to approach Alistair and hold out with a kind of trembling but steady hand, like, look, you need to put this on, Alistair. I know you weren't close, but you need to put this on.
Oh, you found the ring.
I did. And it may save you. I'm not sure. I think perhaps Grady is lost to us. But if you put this on, you might just be able to save yourself and me too. So
put it on.
Yes. And so in a very Lord of the Rings kind of montage, the ring is slowly slipping onto his finger. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Alistair's putting the ring on.
Yeah.
Henry's putting the ring on me. I got one arm kind of occupied.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Give me, Alistair, give me an intelligence roll, please.
Okay. Ooh, 19 under 50, so hard success.
Okay. When you put this ring on, it's as if you just got like a data download of everything that's going on. And when you put the ring on, you happen to be you're kind of like looking away from like where you were being pulled. You notice that the sigil, the mark on the floor, is now brightly lit. There's some kind of light to it, and you have this feeling. Maybe it's familial, that I'm wearing this ring and I'm a Blackwood. I can command this creature.
All right, and I will attempt to command it. Release me, demon.
Okay. And you feel its teeth kind of slide along your arm. You're going to take another damage.
Ow.
But the one tentacle starts to disappear, starts to move away. Now, Grady, this thing is going to start pulling again. So, can you give me?
not letting go.
I'm ready.
Okay. Can you give me a strength roll, please?
Oh boy, you got it. 87. Fail.
Okay. It was kind of going back and forth, but it is.
And then Grady's just pulled into the dark.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
That's something you always want to hear from the storyteller.
It was contested.
Yeah.
But then it decided, I'm not letting go, and it has now pulled even harder. And I'm gonna roll its damage here. Let's see. Like they sometimes say, this is gonna hurt.
This thing's trying to bump me off.
Just a bit. Oh God. All right. Gonna roll a.
Come on,
Oh God.
Give your audience what they want.
This is hard.
You are gonna take 4 points of damage, but you feel your leg has now been pulled out from your hip.
It doesn't matter because I only had 4 health left.
Only had 4 health left. Okay,
Yep,
you are now 0. As you blank out, basically, as you just pass out from shock. I'm not going to kill you yet, but
But there's a nice spray of blood along the walls.
The last words before Grady goes unconscious, he turns to the other two, goes in true Gandalf fashion, "Beat it, saps!" And then is my leg clean off?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you are steadily bleeding to death, unless you receive immediate help.
And you're the only one who has medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Having a leg to stand
I have
on.
first aid.
First aid. So if I can get this thing to let him go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now this is where you're going to make a Alistair. You're going to make a power roll
All right.
to see
that would be
if
some power.
you feel like I'm a Blackwood. I can command this thing.
Ooh, I'm going to spend some luck to make that succeed.
Okay.
I mean, if he somehow pulls through this, our therapist is going to need therapy for life.
Release him, foul creature!
And you see
Back
that
into the buttons.
you see the tentacle slither off his leg and pull back. You still feel anger though. There's now a palpable sense of anger. And Henry, you now see this thing is starting to retreat, and Grady's leg has been pulled off, and he looks like he's dying. So you can help. You can help him if you want to, or you can hamstray, or whatever.
Yeah, let's see. First aid, we can temporarily stabilize you, but then
No, it would be Henry doing first aid.
So I can,
if you wanted to.
I can try to do first aid, at least stop the bleeding. I don't know if it's going to do much good at this point. Since,
can I help at all?
And that folks, for the audience, is a 99. He has no idea what he's doing.
Like trying to put the leg back to the joint, just like
it's just
I
not.
can hold it here.
Alistair, yeah, you can jump in and try to help because Henry seems to just be making it worse.
Yeah.
Out blood shooting out as Grady is.
I'm not much more help.
As Grady is
all
quickly
over his
dying.
face and everything.
Nope, I got 42 over 30, so sorry, you're on the luck.
Unfortunately, Grady, you are dead. You have passed from this mortal coil.
Gave his life for the cause, I mean, he went into this with a level head. He was straight scientific research and a believer in just the power of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turns out that Grady Matterson's gray matter was his best and worst attribute.
Okay. Yeah. But Alistair, you're like, you fully feel like now you've got it to release him. Now you fully feel like I can command this thing.
Okay. Can I command it to leave this plane and go back from whence it came?
You can if you give me a power roll, please.
The genie back in the bottle. Yeah.
Ooh, success.
Okay. It begins to move across the floor. And again, it has no real face. It's just this writhing, black, shadowy thing of tentacles. It gives out, though, a ear-piercing, hideous scream of anguish and rage. And I need a sanity roll from those living.
Yes.
And that's a failure.
Fail?
Yeah,
Okay.
failure. Yeah.
All right. D4 sanity from both of you.
2.
Okay. That's 3 more points. He's down 7. So
Okay.
he's barely holding on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are going to have you're going temporarily insane.
Yeah.
You want that skull for yourself.
He's already got it. He's got it in his
You've already
satchel.
got it.
Yeah.
Why?
He knows. He understands that Delilah here is it is he's forgotten her name.
And that Rose.
Yeah, I know.
And that this skull would be evidence that you could prove that Arthur did not kill his wife.
Yeah.
But you're not sure if you want to give it up or not.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not giving it up at all. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, the creature has moved over to the hole where the where you guys had dug, where you see the sigil, and it's fighting, trying to go back to the spot, like it's like. Can I get another? Can I get one power roll from Alistair?
Oh boy. Oh, 13 under 45. That's gotta be a hard success, right? What's half of 45? 20 something, yeah.
with a screech, it moves back over to the spot, and then you see this now it's almost this kind of like sickly green glow as it starts to submerge into the sigil and goes beneath the ground. And the stench is gone. the darkness feels like it's starting to lift.
Do I think that this means it's like gone for good or just contained?
You think that you have commanded it back to where it came from. You're not sure if it's completely banished, but this sigil is keeping it bound to this spot.
Okay. Henry, we need to rebury this sigil. Have to keep.
Do you think we need to bury Grady with it?
How are we going to explain how he died?
I think that a lot of this is just beyond explanation, but we can say what we want. We are the only ones here, and
right, so they're going to blame us.
No. I'm quite certain
Bam.
that with all the evidence we've got, we can at least argue that that Grady cut off his own leg, and he clearly went out of his mind. That
What?
there were noxious vapors in the cellar here, and those were of a strange chemical variety that causes temporary insanity, and they'll totally swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. So, yeah. So I'd like to make a persuasion
I don't believe
roll here.
Yeah. Are you attempting to persuade him or
I
intimidate?
am. I'm attempting to persuade Alistair to save our own asses here. So
Okay.
And that is a total failure. He doesn't sound like he's very persuasive at all.
I don't think that's a good plan at all. Look, we're in a cabin in the woods. Let's just claim a bear ate him.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You're probably right. So,
There was a bear in the basement.
yeah, that's right. A bear. That totally sounds much
the
better.
bear climbed the ladder down.
Yes, exactly. Bears as bears do. So yeah.
Okay, maybe the bear wasn't in the basement.
There was
Where
a
would the
picnic
bear have
basket.
been?
It was
let's burn the
it was
cabin
a
down.
rabid. It was a rabid small bear.
It's all rabid bear.
A rabbit bear.
Yeah.
I think we should bury everything, all the evidence in the hole.
I
burn
agree.
down the cabin and leave Grady's body in the woods with the bear.
And what are you
Sounds
gonna
like a
tell the
plan.
lawyer? So-
Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Lawyer, that the house.
I still
burned
think
down.
we should go with the insanity defense here. So yeah.
Okay. So the plan is to bury him in the basement, in the cellar.
No, not Grady.
No,
Bury,
not
all the
great.
evidence.
We're going to bury him in the woods just outside.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
sure,
what I
I'm
wanted
sure
to
that
ask.
that won't result in any kind of terrible thing happening in the future. But
We need to bury him in the woods?
well, that's what bears do, right?
I don't think so.
Do bears bury?
I'm dead. I can't offer any insight on
Yeah.
this.
He has no nature whatsoever, so he has no idea about what animals do. But
Actually, you know what? That sounds like a natural world roll.
Oh, you know who has a really good stat in Natural World?
The dead guy.
Yeah.
A natural world roll to see if you would have a clue maybe what bears do.
I don't have any of that. So like I said,
Oh,
I
it
think
has a
it- I
base
think
of 10% on natural
Base
world.
of
Let's see
10%.
here.
So if you roll under a 10,
Nope.
nope, not even close. So
you
they
guys
both
are-
think that's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Like bears do this all the time.
you guys are
So-
city centers. You don't know these things.
Yeah,
We'll just throw some leaves over it. It'll
that's
look like
right.
the bear was
That's
trying
right.
to make
Totally a
big
bear
flavor.
thing to do. Yeah. So,
All right. So let me understand. So you guys are going to then hoist his body up?
oh yeah. And
up
we're
the ladder.
covered in
Green
blood.
leg.
And there's blood everywhere and ichor and everything, and it's just they're a mess. And yeah, it's going to drag his bloody body, like it's still bleeding from the thigh, from the leg, or the hip, or wherever it's, and it's all over. I mean, the very
It's
once he
dripping
gets-
down the ladder and all
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
it's just dripping down the ladder, and it's all over this very immaculate cabin. Like it was just completely scrubbed within an inch of its life, and now we've got just Grady's blood just. It's a trail.
Of course. Yeah.
That's what bears do. They leave a trail.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a-
absolutely. It clearly went off into the woods with it, and if we need to, I'm sure there's an axe somewhere where we can chop up the body even further, and
Well, I
what
want
bears
to.
do.
I want to know. Will you be doing that?
I would
I'm
be.
counsel against
That would make it look more like a bear attack.
The blood is mixing with the cigarette dust.
Okay. I'll go with that. I'm not going to make you roll. Actually, you know what? I want to know how sick. Let's see. What would that
Do you now? All right, because I can get worse with this. All
Oh
right?
no, I know.
You can lose some sanity over this.
Oh well, that's the next part that's coming. We are going to say that I'm not going to go into the specifics of it, but that you got, or at least Henry, will begin to dismember Grady.
While you're doing that, I'm burying the rest of it.
Okay, what's Alistair doing?
I'm going to bury the rest of the evidence in the basement, get that nice
Okay.
and tidy, and then burn the
Okay.
cabin down.
All right.
Yeah.
Alistair, at the
Great
moment, Alistair, at the moment, you don't know the body is being dismembered. You're busy doing something else.
Yeah.
Henry, definitely sanity roll, please.
Okay, I'm here for it. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to totally make this. And you know what? With a little bit of luck. Oh no,
You cannot spend luck. No.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm going to hard push this because I can do that right.
Can you
with
push
this
that?
game?
Sure. I'll let you push.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, he succeeds on the push. You know,
Okay.
he's determined. He's focused. His mind is clear. He's emptied his flask. You know,
This is still such a vile act. I still feel that you're going to lose some sanity.
lose some
so-
sanity.
So please roll a d10.
I would. It would be my absolute pleasure to do that. Yeah. So this is 8 points of sanity gone in one
Okay.
blow. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you now are convinced that this is the perfect plan. No one will
This is.
ever.
Mhm.
No one.
It's flawless. He's been around crime scenes before. This is exactly the right alibi. You know.
I mean, you got the skull.
we fought a bear.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
a big bear.
You did. Yeah. You absolutely fought a bear.
Yeah. We
And
fought a bear.
survived.
But not everybody survived. Grady gave his life in defense of us. So you know,
It's
like
true.
that.
It's true. Okay, down in the basement, Alistair.
Mm-hmm.
So you're what, cleaning up, filling in the hole.
Yeah, filling in the hole. I wanted to get all of the evidence and put it in the hole and bury that. Like, you know, the notes and stuff. Obviously, I didn't get Rose's head back because
Okay.
Henry would have taken it. I looked for it. I can't find it. I'd say to hell with it. We're going to burn the place anyway.
Right.
Before you turn to leave to go back to the ladder.
Yeah.
You thought you saw something move out of the corner of your eye, and just give me a spot hidden real quick.
All right. Nope. 97.
No, I
Humble.
just oblivious.
All right, oblivious, don't care. Okay, climb up the ladder, and
When we were fighting off the bear, you know, we accidentally knocked over a lantern and it started fire.
all right. So now arson is added to the list.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So you're starting to set the house on fire. As you come out, Henry is, I guess, beginning to dig, or you're just covering it with leaves and stuff.
I feel like digging would be too human. I mean, maybe some pawing at the dirt and things like that, but like
Okay.
not full on digging. You know, like just cover it with leaves like a bear might do. You know, this
Okay. All right.
very bestial, very animalistic. Henry is even getting into the role now of this bear. And you know, like just digging in, making sure that the scene is authentic. You know, very bear-like.
Alistair, you see him, covering up
Just
something, because you did not see him dismember the corpse. So.
Right. Are you done? Is it good and buried? Like a
yes,
bear would?
yes, he is. You know, the guttural roar that like stops in his throat. You know, because he's imitating the bear here. He's trying to role play as a bear, and think about how a bear might do this. It's like, yes. I think it is. I think, it's satisfactory. Yeah. Any park ranger coming through here would automatically assume bear.
Good.
And then with kind of our last look, we see the cabin is fully engulfed in
Smoke
flames.
is coming up out of the cellar and everything.
A blood-drenched Henry and Alistair. We never asked who drove here because it
I
didn't
was
matter in
just
the
gonna say.
beginning.
Henry, did you get the keys from Grady?
Give me a luck roll.
Who is doing the luck roll here?
Both of you. Give me a luck roll.
Fail.
Fail.
88. Over 50.
And that is a failure as well.
The keys were on Grady.
It's a long walk back to the
It's a
dugout.
I
long
don't suppose you're not a
walk
hot wire car.
Yeah, can we hotwire this car?
I have
Can we?
no idea if
I mean,
at
it's
that time.
what it's 1920
Hotwire
something,
car.
so it's going to be a Ford. What was the Model T? You know, hand
all right.
crank.
I have a
Did they even use keys?
I don't
How
even
about
know.
this? Give me a mechanical repair roll. If you
Oh,
give
I
me
can
a
do that. I have 10%.
hard mechanical roll,
I mean, I have drive auto. I
Hard.
feel like maybe that might.
hard,
No.
to see if you could hotwire a card. Neither of you.
Yeah, no
use.
idea. No idea
So-
what the Henry gets in there.
Push
That the engine makes it even worse. Yeah,
You can.
yeah.
A ghost just spoke up.
push the roll.
You know, we could try that. We're gonna push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I
What's
had. I
wrong?
That's still a failure. So yeah,
Sure, I'll
he
push.
completely rips apart a hose or something like that. Like it's just gasoline or whatever, oil all over the place.
I'm gonna go with what Henry said. Yeah, it breaks something,
Yeah.
and you think you smell gas or oil
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
It's fucked.
Sorry, I'm not great with cars. I probably should have mentioned that.
No, I'm not either. I push the roll. I get worse.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
we
The
can
two
set the
characters
car on
then.
fire.
you now
The
have
bear
a long,
destroyed the engine. You know, in his frustration, Henry takes the axe and just destroys the engine.
Okay.
No, it's
I'll
the
go with
bear.
Make sure there aren't any sparks that fly off.
No, I'm not that mean. So our last shot really is the two monsters, or at least one monster, walking down this old dirt
Yeah.
road towards
Into the
towards
setting
main
sun.
road. Setting sun, one covered in blood, and
Yeah.
Alistair probably has some blood on him, but not quite as much as.
Do you remember which way back to town?
It's this way. I'm sure of it. That's
Okay,
what the
lead
voices
on.
are telling me.
Does Hunter still have the axe? Or Henry?
Yeah.
Does Henry still have the
Yeah,
axe?
he's just
Of course
dragging
he
it
does.
along.
Okay.
In case he gets
And-
hungry later.
And they will have to come up with some kind of story for either when they actually go back to.
They have a long time to agree on the details.
If we make it back to
You have to. Make
I've got. An
This almost seems
author
like a whole
here,
campaign
an
after this.
novelist right beside me. I'm sure we can come up with an
we're
airtight
lost
story.
upstate New York in a
This is like this could be like the Devil's Rejects after this.
we're not making it back. We're stuck in the woods. The real bear's gonna find us.
And I believe that is where we end. So I want to say thank you to my players. That was
Oh,
a
thank you.
lot of fun.
Amazing.
I hope you enjoyed that. I will
yeah.
answer questions now if you have questions
About the game?
about the game. Yeah,
So did we win? Did we do it?
you did. Yes.
Yay!
Yeah. What had to happen was a Blackwood relative had to wear the ring to be able to command the thing to go back.
Yeah.
If you hadn't put the ring on, it would have been free to roam, and it could have gotten out of the basement. One thing it did was it sucked all the blood out of the floor.
Okay.
That's why the floor was clean.
Let's figure out why we didn't have
Because
any. Where's the
because
blood?
it was like basically just sucking up all the blood.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it could have commanded further if it wanted to. If Henry had just amscrayed with the ring, yeah, you'd have been fine.
Believe me, that thought came up. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just
And it would have been free to roam, but the
Yeah.
ring on a Blackwood bound it to that spot. So yes, so technically yes, you guys did win.
What happens when I die in the woods on the way back?
As it can get out then.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be alive with a ring, and it has to be a living Blackwood.
Yeah, the
yes,
goddamn bears.
So, yes, so if Alistair had died, yes, it would have been free to escape.
Yeah. And now we can get back out. Because there's no way we're making it back to the city.
And that's the stinger at the end of the credits.
Okay.
Henry just dragging the axe along.
No sign of Alistair.
Yes, Delilah. I know.
The shadows just kind of creep up behind Henry.
Now, technically, you could have also destroyed the sigil after it was bound, and that would have banished the creature back to its home dimension. You didn't understand enough of that, plus you had sanity loss.
Yeah.
You would have been thinking clearer. But after that, you would have been like, oh, we have to destroy the sigil, and then but you also didn't have enough occult to understand all that. You just knew it's gone, let's bury it. So
yeah,
you technically could have completely gotten rid of it.
The sigil would be bad, so.
Yeah.
So here's an idea for the sequel. Back to the Cellar. Yeah, instead of like finding a picture of our former relative wizard here, you find Henry, in the picture, very shining like, he's now part of the picture.
The only thing that survived the fire was the picture.
Right, exactly. No, the cabin's all back and everything like that. It's all just the way it should be and everything like that. Rumors of a fire were unfounded and yeah.
And for some reason, he's standing there with Rose.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Hello,
Just
Rose.
Like, hey.
No, we're crap at everything else. Maybe we failed to burn the house down.
Right.
Okay.
This is
Anything
great.
else? Oh, glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of Cthulhu stuff that I want to run. I want to do that's a good time to talk about it. We are going to be running a Down Darker Trails series starting on Fridays for a couple weeks. So we're going to have some Cthulhu there. And I would love to do some more Call of Cthulhu this year if we have a chance. Yeah. So see if we can do some more of these little one-shots here and there. So let's go around and see if anybody has anything they want to plug. Let's start with Jeffrey.
Well, this has been a humdinger of an episode, gang. Follow at JGilbank Art on all the socials. You can see some of the art that I've done for Restless Barbarian as well as other stuff and other interests that I do, like voice acting.
Okay. Q, you got anything coming up?
All right, yeah. We got Mothership campaign starting on Wednesday. We're running another bug hunt from the recent Mothership boxed set. So that should be fun. We're looking at like 4 to 8 episodes. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I haven't run the module before, so
sounds good.
It should be good.
And Diver does not exist on the internet, although we're slowly getting you out there. I haven't had people inquiring yet as to how to find you, but
right. Yeah, I'm elusive. I'm a bit of an internet cryptid, so yeah.
That's fine.
It's good.
All
Stay
right.
that way.
But I'll be part of that Down Darker Trails Cthulhu thing.
Uh-huh.
So if you're into the murderous performance that I offered to you today selflessly, I am back for that potentially for more Down Darker Trails. So,
Right.
yeah.
What character are you playing in that?
I will be playing
I don't remember offhand, honestly.
Yeah. Janet is her name, and
Pierce.
yes, I'll be
Janet
playing a
Pierce.
female character
Yes.
who has gone through a number of husbands. So, yeah. So
What could go wrong?
Were they eaten by a bear?
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, exactly. So
Janet
So,
Pierce.
like I said, it would not leave you hanging or disappointed for all of your bloodthirsty desires and urges. So, yes, please join us in Down Darker Trails, and I will be more than happy to sate your bloodlust.
Awesome. I'll be playing Jethro Boone, the itinerant gambler, and possible love interest for Janet. We'll see.
And our friend Vala will be playing. She is a veteran of my Call of Cthulhu games. She will be playing, Clementine, I believe, is her name. So that will be this coming Friday night. So be sure to tune in for all that. Again, thank everybody who's been watching, joined in the stream. Please be sure to give us a like, and we will see you all again next time. Good afternoon, because it's not night. So
Right.
bye.
Good afternoon.